Mic check 1. Mic check 1 2 1 2 1. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4.
joined by her parents, Jim and Karen Napoli, is number 5, Becca Napoli.
Well, good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome to the Arrington Ice Arena here on a Sunday afternoon. Let's meet our seniors. Becca Napoli coming out here. Number 5, a forward from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's accompanied by her parents, Jim and Karen Napoli. She spent 2 years with our women's NCAA team before joining this club team. Becca wants to get into teacher education.
Friends and family is, thank you to my parents for being the best support system through my years of college hockey. And thank you to my teammates for all being one-of-a-kind people. Don't take your 4 years of college hockey lightly. Enjoy every minute of it, because believe it or not,
Becca Napoli has played 9 games for the Bulldogs this year. 3 goals and 1 assist for a total of 4 points.
our program will miss Becca next season and wish her the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 5, Becca Napoli. Our next senior of the night is joined by her parents, Ed and Colleen Harm, is number 24, Kara R.
And our next senior here is number 24, Kara Harm from Madison Heights, Michigan.
where she played for Bell Tire. In her 3
Former product of Bell Tire.
seasons at Adrian College, Kara played with our NCAA women's program.
And she as well, like Becca Napoli, spent
Kara has become part of the women's ACHA
3 years with our women's varsity team before joining the D1 club team here.
in athletic training major and will be returning next year to complete her master's.
She's an athletic training major, and
Kara's message to her teammates, stay
she'll be returning for a 5th year next year to complete her master's. And you see her on the ice there with her wonderful parents, Ed and Colleen Harm.
today without each of you. Thank you to my teammates for making my last year of hockey so memorable. This year was so much fun, and I truly enjoyed every second of it.
Kara had the game-winning goal against Michigan State last night in a 1-0 victory. She has 3 goals and 9 points
Forward and always smiling, our program
in 10 games this year.
and we wish her the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 24, Kara R. Our next senior of the afternoon is joined by her parents, Rob and Jackie Antos, and is one of our captains, number 16, Amanda Antos.
And now we see our next senior, number 16, Amanda Antos, who's one of the co-captains of this Bulldog club. Played for the Chicago Young Americans before joining the Bulldogs. And as well, Amanda played for our women's NCAA hockey team. The product of Crest Hill, Illinois, will be heading to the World University Games in Spain in a few weeks. Lucky enough to get picked off this D1 women's club team. Athletic training major.
Thank you to my mom and dad for all the support and sacrifices you have made to
Amanda Antos,
make career possible.
defense.
For dealing with all
3 points in 9 games this year. 1 goal.
trips for games every second. I wouldn't be where I am today without your
And she's joined by her lovely parents, Ron and Jackie Antos.
past 2 years have been a blast. Cherish the time you have to play because 4 years fly by faster than you can imagine. I can't think of a better way to go out than with a championship or 2. So let's finish out the semester strong. A strong leader and highly talented defenseman. Our program will miss Amanda next season. We wish her the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for number 16, Amanda Antos. Our next senior this afternoon is joined by her mom, June Sampson, and is one of our captains at number 29, Morgan Michelle Poole.
And now we see our next senior, native of Ottawa, Ontario, number 29, Morgan Poole.
Adrian College from her hometown of Ottawa, Ontario. Before becoming a Bulldog, Morgan played for the Nepean Wildcats. Morgan became part of our women's hockey program after a stint with our women's NCAA program.
And once again,
Immediately found success.
Morgan, like the other three standing to her left, played a few years with our women's NCAA team before joining this D1 club.
Which will lead to all team reunions being held at Disney. Morgan's message to her teammates, fans, friends, and family is, Mom, thank you for giving birth to me and loving me unconditionally for the last 22 years.
And she's joined by her mother, June Sampson.
Thank you to all my teammates for making the last 5 years, yes, 5, not 4, as best as they could. I hope you will make it past the age of 35 and become wealthy so you can send me money someday. I also would like to personally thank Emily Michelin for being my secretary as well as my second mother free of charge. I wouldn't have made it without you. A great player, leader, and unique personality, our program will miss Morgan next season and wish her the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen,
Morgan Poole has 5 points in 10 games this year, including being tied for the team lead with 3 goals.
our final senior this afternoon was joined by her parents, John and Annette Jubenville, and is your captain, number 11, Jenna Jubenville.
And now we see the other co-captain of this Bulldog club,
Jenna came to Adrian College from her home
Jenna Jubenville, number 11,
for the Southwest Wildcats. Jenna entered this program
product of Essex, Ontario.
as a great leader. Jenna is a big reason for the early success and has contributed so much.
Jenna is graduating a year early. This is only her 3rd year.
Jenna's favorite accomplishment so far is earning the honors of second-team All-American as a Canadian last season.
She was a second-team All-American last year.
Jenna is an
Exercise science major.
Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College and eventually open her own practice. If that doesn't work out, Jenna plans to become part of Ellen the Voice Stanton's entourage when she is famous. Jenna's message to her teammates, fans, friends, and family is, thank you to my dad for motivating me.
Jenna Jubenville is
To my mom for always supporting me. To Jessica for always believing
escorted by
to Eric for
her parents, Annetta and John Jubenville.
I am stressed, and to Mark for always having my back. To my teammates, keep your heads up and keep your sticks on the ice. An all-around great player, a valued teammate, and a true captain. Our program will miss Jenna next season, and we wish her the best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your captain, number 11, Jenna Jubenville.
And there you have it, folks. The 5 seniors who have done so much for this program, school. They surely will be missed by their teammates. The senior class of 2014-15 of the women's Division I club hockey team. And we've got a special treat for all of our viewers today. We've got 2 members of the women's NCAA hockey team who are in the booth, and they'll be calling the game tonight. Sarah Shrub and Kelsey Cush. Fresh off a 2-win weekend against Finlandia, and they're in the booth with us here this afternoon. We'll be sending it over to them momentarily. All right, now we're going to send it off to our very own Kelsey Cush and Sarah Shrub, who have the call with this afternoon's game. Girls?
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans. Today we have a matchup between number 4 ranked Adrian Bulldogs and number 5 ranked University of Michigan. So it should be a good matchup today. It was a good game last night, I guess, Kelsey Cush. What would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a tough game the entire night, and I think a third period goal put Adrian up 1-0. I know Kara Harm got the goal. I think it might have been a power play goal, but nonetheless, it was a hard-fought game, and it's going to be again today.
And it was the last 10 minutes of the game, and good sign for the Adrian College team.
Yes, absolutely, and it's going to be another good one today, especially because of senior night. And you and I both know we played with 3 out of the 5 girls on this team as seniors, and it's great that they all get to start the game off tonight, and it's going to be a special one, especially after Becca Napoli's mom just sang the national anthem. That was a pretty special treat, I think.
Yeah, she had a beautiful voice.
And the face-off's won by Michigan, but controlled quickly by Adrian. And another great thing, too, is Adrian's graduating senior on the ice, Jenna Jubenville, but junior in the classroom. So she's electing to go on to get her master's next year. And I think that's pretty special. An unfortunate loss for the Bulldogs on the ice because she's such a great leader.
Right. It's always nice to save a year of expensive tuition, though. So.
Yeah. And a quick whistle here. Adrian's goalie, Allison Dungy. Excuse my pronunciation. I'll get it by the end of the night.
Their record with the Bulldogs so far is 2-0. So.
As Michelin suffered a concussion last night after a collision in front of her, and I believe they landed on top of her, and she's out for today, but she did play strong in the net for the Adrian Bulldogs last night. So that'll be a tough loss, but I believe Allison's going to be a great backup, and she can come in when needed.
I agree, Kelsey.
And the Flame going back to get the puck. Being dumped into the Adrian defensive zone. I think the key tonight is Adrian getting the quick goal right away. It's not ideal to score in the third period of a 0-0 game. You want to get the first goal right away. I think that's going to change the momentum of the entire game.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a quick one and send a message to the other team.
Right. And both teams look like they're coming out hard right now. Shots are 1-0, one for the U of M Wolverines. But Fabs is coming up strong here, cuts into the middle of the net, but taken away by their goalie. And their goalie has, Kelsey Dugan, has gotten all 12 starts for the Wolverines and has played every minute of it and is doing solid thus far.
Looking at their bench over there, it looks like they don't have any backup goalies on the bench. So.
Oh, wow. I didn't even actually notice that. Well, that would do it then.
Yep.
Let's hope nothing happens.
But she's 8-4-0 on the season, so not bad.
So that is Wolverines' record, and Adrian's overall record is 12-1-5. So they've got quite more played games, unless that is Wolverines' conference record only, but I'm not entirely sure. It seems to be a back and forth game so far as well. Shots are still the same, 1-0 Michigan, but both teams are controlling the puck. And Raciti has the puck up on the boards and gets a dump in, and Adrian Bulldogs go for a wholesale change. And now Michigan's bringing the puck up. That's a nice pass to center, but quickly recovered by Jenna Jubenville. Now Poole's got the puck and passes up to her line mate Summer Frey. Poole's another player that has just been really instrumental for this Adrian team. I mean, her hands are unbelievable for this level, and I think she's been a great asset to the team. And Callie Bates of, oh, excuse me, not Callie Bates. They look the same. Let's see. Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, it was. Callie Bates of Michigan. And I used to play with her back in my travel hockey days on Victory Honda. She's a great friend, an even better student, I would like to say. I mean, I remember she got a 33 on her ACT first try, and she got into Michigan right away. Wow, what a chance by Nicole LaFlame as she goes into the net, hits the post. It was a 1-on-0, her against the goalie, and she had her beat completely and hits the post. That would have been a beautiful way to start the game.
Almost picked up her rebound there, but the U of M defense made a really nice play and dove and probably saved the goal there.
Mm-hmm. And that's another great thing you can always do. Always stay at the front of the net. You don't. When you're 1-on-0, so you have a tendency to skate by and go behind the goal line, but you're not going to get a rebound there, especially when you're all alone. You've got to stop in front and get the rebound, and a lot of times that'll put you up on the goal board.
That's one thing coaches always preach is always stop at the goal, never get below the goal line.
Absolutely.
I remember growing up, and even now still, our coaches are preaching that every day.
And I'm sure Brett Berger, the head coach of Adrian College, is doing the exact same thing. And I think he knows how important of a game this is for them. If they could pull off a sweep against U of M, they can, claim their rankings above them as a number 4 team. And this is going to be a hard-fought battle all game. Another face-off win by Michigan, but Adrian, again, quickly regains the puck afterwards. Now Michigan's breaking out onto the other way, but it's a 1-on-3, so Adrian has a nice back check, and they're off to the races at the other end.
Oh.
Another dump in by number 12 of Michigan, who is Eleanor Schellefux. She's got 6 points in all of their games so far. And I've noticed with both of these teams, there's not a lot of players with extremely high points, but there is a lot with a decent amount of points, which is really nice to have on the team. That means everyone's working together, everyone's getting a fair shot at scoring and setting up players, and it's really a team effort for both teams here, I think.
Yeah, you don't just have one person you can look to. You can have the whole team to look to.
Exactly.
It's always nice to have some depth on the team.
Right. And that's really why these two teams are ranked number 4 and 5 is having depth. Because you can count on any line you put out there and they will all produce. And the puck is dumped again back into the Adrian zone. Now it's a nice breakout pass to Kayla Vanston. Seems to be 5-on-3. But Adrian still has the puck as the defense get a change. I think one great aspect about Adrian, too, is they really know how to control the puck in the offensive zone. They don't often rush or just throw it away and dump it in. They really do set up, look for their other players, and make sure it's, a worthwhile chance. Don't just give up the puck.
Agreed.
And, both you and I know that's how important that is, not to give up the puck. Because it's such a waste of skating to have to just keep going back and forth when the puck's dumped in and out.
I agree. Yeah. Definitely want to limit the turnovers, that's
right,
for sure.
Absolutely. And turnovers can be deadly, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn over one in front of your net or even at the blue line, that's
Yeah.
an odd man rush, and they could just go in and score.
Yep. You make it easier on yourself if you don't turn it over.
Right.
Less skating.
And there's Poole with her hands. And she just misses the net. She dangled in and out of 2 or 3 Michigan players and went for the high corner, which she had, but she just missed the net. I feel a goal coming from her very soon here. And another nice attempt by Poole. And it looks like Michigan's going for an icing call here, and they will get it, and no change allowed.
Well, when I started in college hockey, icing calls are definitely like a love-hate relationship. It sucks that you can't change on it, but when you're on the other end of it and you can get some fresh skaters out there, it's always a good thing, and you definitely want to take advantage of it when you can.
Absolutely. It does take some getting used to. A lot of the times in youth hockey, you know, your coach does tell you just ice it so we can get the change, because you are allowed to change, and it is kind of a wake up call in college hockey, as well as the offsides rule too. And you're allowed to chase it once you go back to the blue line and regroup.
Yeah, it's never fun being stuck out there for an extra minute or two.
And, you know, we noticed that a lot last night in our own game against Finlandia. Because of their lack of players, they had 12 skaters and 3 goalies. And I think they even lost a player from the first night. But they just were getting stuck in their zone, and they had to ice it. But they can't get off. So it really doesn't work that well. And it really shows how you have to have skill to skate the puck out and get a hold of it.
It's definitely all mental.
Yes.
At that point.
Kara Harm in the corner and chasing after the puck after a nice 3-on-2 setup by the Bulldogs, but Michigan's going back the other way. Oh, and a nice opportunity for Michigan, and they get the goal. And that's what happens when you go hard to the net. You just crash it, you jam up the goalie, and there's really not much that Allison can do there. Adrian's just going to have to come back and shut down their momentum, because this U of M team's just amped up tonight.
It looks like number 13, Jenna Trubiano, scored that goal, and I actually grew up playing with her as well, and she is a hard worker, good teammate, good friend, and it looks like she's having a pretty good season, as she's second in points on the team with 8 goals and 6 assists. Totaling 14 points, so it's nice to see some old teammates playing here today.
And you could just tell how excited she was to score that goal, so you know how hard battled the game was last night, and you know it's going to be another one again today.
Yeah, they're going to want some redemption today, so as we can see, U of M is coming out hard.
Yep. And Adrian is too.
Yeah.
No credit to be taken away from them. They've already had 3 or 4 great scoring opportunities, so they're just going to need to keep going.
Right.
And hopefully capitalize on some of them. I'm not sure what the whistle is here, if it's going to be a penalty or not, or if it was just a dead play up here in front of the U of M boards. Alicia Tate and another Michigan player seem to have collided and got stuck with their sticks all in their skates. Another face-off won by University of Michigan. I think if that's one thing that Adrian needs to improve on for this next couple periods is face-offs. I think they have lost close near all of them, and really you can change the way the play is just by winning a face-off.
Right.
3 Adrian players come in hard and chase the puck down into the Michigan's offensive zone. Really looking to get a goal here. Number 11, Jubenville dumps it back into the Michigan zone. She's a solid member on the blue line for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs really need to get some shots on goal here. And actually both teams, the shots are only 3-2 with Wolverines having the lead on that.
Nice pickoff there by number 5, Becca Napoli.
Turnovers are key. That's a nice scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs, and I think a goal will come here eventually if they keep doing that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to throw the puck up in front of your own net.
Not with a high point scoring team like Adrian.
No.
Especially since all of their players really do contribute.
Right.
And we've got a line here with Nicola Flame, Kara Harm, and Sabrina Camp, I believe. And both Harm and the Flame are the top 2 scorers for Adrian College. And I think that's a very high producing line, and looking for them to get a goal here tonight. Nice recovery by Rebellis as she throws it back into the Wolverine zone. A lot of play on the boards tonight. I haven't noticed too many shots coming from the middle. They seem to be battling hard on the boards, both in the corners and up high by the blue line. It's always better to get it down low, though, just in case of turnovers. Again, battling in the corners, the Flame and another member of the Wolverines. But her line mate comes and picks it up, goes out to the point to Twig, and a nice shot from Rebellis. And another shot, and the rebound's just kicked away by the defense. It's a nice defensive play by Michigan. Adrian has quickly overturned the shots, now up 5-3, so, and there looks to be a delayed penalty, and it's against Adrian. I'm not exactly sure who's getting the call here.
Looks like
I believe number 12.
Jessica Rushing.
Yep. We'll see what the call is. It looked to be like checking or possibly roughing up on the boards there. Not what Adrian needed right now. So hopefully they can kill off this penalty and then go get a goal here. And Callie Bates dumping the puck down behind the net. And a nice shot by number 11 of the Wolverines. The nameplates are a little hard to read for the Wolverines. Let's see.
Looks like they have their two top point getters on the power play, as you would normally see.
Mm-hmm. So Rushing's penalty was indeed for roughing. And a number 11 that just had that shot for Michigan is Monica Corzon, and she's the leading goal scorer for the Wolverines. And a nice turnover that Summer Frey picks up and gets a nice shot on net on the penalty kill. Good opportunity for Adrian. They're going to just keep playing strong, and a goal will come.
Yeah, it was a nice crash to the net.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep going until you hear that whistle.
Absolutely.
It was a nice turnover by number 3, Summer Frey, in the middle of the ice.
Now
they're able to get a change here now.
Yep, and an offensive zone face-off with Napoli and Harm. We're both solid, hard workers, and another turnover taken away by Jubenville. And Kara's another member of the Bulldogs that does just have fantastic hands. She's always able to dangle in and out of players, and especially for how small she is on the ice, she really does have a big presence.
Oh, I agree. She just pulls out those dangles sometimes. You don't even see them coming.
Right. It's surprising, and normally catches the other team by surprise too, which seems to work in her favor. Another scoring opportunity here for Michigan, but quickly cleared by the Adrian defense and Toast, who's very strong on the puck in front of the net. I think she's going to do well in Spain, as she was selected for the U.S. ACHA national team, which I think is just a tremendous opportunity and something I'm sure she's very excited about.
Yeah, definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her.
And I do believe that there are a few Michigan players that were also selected to be on that team, so that should be interesting. You know, playing with a group of girls who you're often rivals with on the ice and, you know, playing tough and not necessarily friendly at all, but now coming together to play the team. And I think that's one of the greatest things about hockey is how you can go together in teams like that.
Yeah.
And it looks like Adrian got another penalty here. Delayed call. Holding call. Number 18, Sabrina Camp. She seems to be confused on the call. I didn't quite see a holding call, if anything, maybe tripping or interference, but the ref seemed to see it, and just as the old Adrian penalty ended, and now we have another 2 full minutes of penalty killing for the Bulldogs.
Too bad we can't see it or get instant replay here so we could see it.
I do wish that was a thing.
Yeah, it looks like Adrian just got another penalty here.
Unbelievable.
It looked like a check from behind.
Wow. And another penalty. So the Bulldogs will be 5-on-3. Paige Fuoco gets what seems to be a cross-checking penalty. Definitely not what the Bulldogs needed right now. So we'll see if the Wolverines can take advantage of this 5-on-3 and if the Bulldogs can kill it off. A nice diving play by Kelly Bates to keep the puck in. She's all alone. Gets a shot, but cleared out by the Bulldogs. It's a nice way to clear. Kara Harms shoots it down the ice. There's a lot of energy here in the building tonight at Arrington Ice Arena. Mostly Adrian fans for the senior night.
So it's a good thing to have a crowded pack.
Absolutely.
Definitely helps out a lot.
It fuels the motivation, brings up the team morale. And in situations like this, when it's a 5-on-3, I mean, they haven't even gotten a shot off yet. So that's something great that the Bulldogs can keep going for. Oh, and another nice opportunity for Michigan. They're looking for the backdoor play. And another clear down by Adrian. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty called. And there we go. So it should be a 4-on-3 here at Arrington Ice Arena. The Bulldogs get a hooking call, the Wolverines get a hooking call. Not sure what player of Michigan. Can't exactly see the numbers from up here.
It'll be a 4-on-3 here for 46 seconds.
So let's hope Adrian can connect on this power play. Harm here to take the face-off with Rebellis and Twig. Rebellis gets a nice shot, looking for the tip from Harm. It just went wide of the net. And Michigan quickly breaks it out. And Twig clears it. Almost a takeaway by Harm there. Adrian's doing a really great job of keeping their zone strong, not letting the Wolverines even get into the zone. Yeah. And if they do, and another penalty to the Michigan Wolverines. So now we've got a 3-on-3. That's pretty wild.
A quick turnaround.
Here on the ice, it's very rare for you to get a 3-on-3 opportunity. And the Bulldogs really could take advantage of this.
Yeah, both teams, so much ice.
Yes. I remember once in an old tournament, the more overtimes you went in, the less players you lost, and we got down to 2-on-2. And it was one of the strangest things I've ever had to do, but it was amazing how much ice you had, how much room, and we actually scored off of the 2-on-2 time because you had so much ice in one pass, and you've got a breakaway.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. To be honest,
honestly, I hadn't either until we did
usually
it.
You don't go below 3 players. So
right.
That is very interesting.
I don't think it would have gone down to 1-on-1. That would have been a little rough.
That would have been very interesting.
Now the Bulldogs are quickly here on a 5-on-3. They really need to capitalize on this. Get 2 goals here and move up in the scoreboard. Valerie Twig takes a shot, and it's easily grabbed by Kelsey Dugan of the Wolverines.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have 52 seconds here on the 5-on-3, so hopefully they'll be able to capitalize on it and tie this hockey game up.
And if they could get these points right at the end of the game, it's a huge momentum changer, and they could come out very strong in the second period and get some more goals. So the Adrian power play here seems to be Jenna Jubenville, Poole, Antos, and the Flame. A lot of high-scoring players that I think can definitely capitalize. And I think their second unit, and I'm not sure which is which, but Tate, Rushing, Frey, Fuoco, and Fabs is another great unit. I know Fabs puts a lot of pucks in the net and looking to do so here right now. And again, a nice shot, nice scoring opportunity. All started with a shot from the point, and that's one of the biggest things. If you can get a player in front of the net to tip the puck, that's going to go well for the Bulldogs.
For sure. Or another thing coaches always preach is cause havoc in front of the net because he'll screen the goalie and good things will happen.
And the big key thing here, as the puck just misses high over the net, is to keep the shots low. It's much easier to get a tip as a forward when the shots are low, and you don't have to worry about getting hit with the puck yourself when they're up by the head area. Fuoco goes for a nice backdoor pass, but it's just missed by Rushing, and Michigan gets a chance to clear the puck. As the first penalty is ready to expire, the Bulldogs will be on a 5-on-4, and they really need to capitalize on this opportunity to get back in the game here. They do a nice regroup in the zone. I think they need to work on connecting passes a little more easily here. They seem to be going wide of the player's stick. They just need to settle it down. They're
make the easy play.
Right. They're not by any means in need to rush the puck. They're not only behind by 1 goal, and they could easily change this game around.
We're back to full strength.
Skates it out of the zone, and now it's 5-on-5 again. Missed opportunity for Adrian, but hopefully they can connect here on full strength. Morgan Poole with a nice hit as she checked the puck away from Callie Bates. And the Bulldogs go for a change as Michigan gets a chance to break it out. Michigan seems to have a nice breakout system. They seem to break it out easily almost every time. And maybe Adrian needs to just increase their intensity on the forecheck, or maybe this Wolverine system really is that good. And a couple of big hits here in front of the net as Allison, goaltender for the Bulldogs, makes a nice save.
The Bulldogs are sending a message and hitting early and don't want them crashing our goalie, so.
Absolutely. I would do the same thing, especially when you're down 1-0 in the first period.
For sure.
Bulldogs get a change here and a stick on the ice, and that's what's holding up the play here a little bit. Maybe.
I don't.
It looks like the penalty or the stick came from the penalty box, so I'm wondering if a stick was left while the player got out of the box, which would have been a very strange thing to do, but nonetheless.
That happens.
Intense moment of the game, want to get out there. And another line change here for Adrian, just trying to keep fresh legs.
Yeah.
They are out shooting the Wolverines 8-5 with a little less than 2 minutes left in the third period. A goal here would be huge for Adrian. And another penalty called against Adrian.
Looks like it was a slashing penalty.
Going to Poole. Penalties really are going to ruin the game here. Let's hope that both teams can get them under control. Jubenville going out to talk to the refs. Seemed to be a little confused on the call there. I didn't see it.
Yeah. I saw it, and I think it potentially could have been one.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been weak, but I think it was just mainly because the U of M player didn't have the puck, and
yeah, that is
Poole
understandable.
kind of slashed her a little bit, but I don't know, that would be a hard call to make.
And those types of penalties are not what you need. It's understandable if they're hitting or roughing to protect your goalie, but slashing and tripping penalties are just really tough because it's because you're not moving your feet to get with the puck, and it's not good for the Adrian. But they do have a fantastic penalty kill as they have been clearing the puck here all night on the kill. And Michigan breaks it out, and it's 2-on-3 here. A nice pass over to number 11, who winds up to take a slap shot that just misses the net. As there's 1 minute remaining in the first period. Excuse me. Nice save by Allison. And another high shot by your former teammate.
Make sure you're talking in the mic.
There's lots of shots coming off of this power play here. And another penalty called against Adrian, cross-checking penalty. So they will be 5-on-3 for the end of this first period and the beginning of the second period. This is not ideal for the Bulldogs at all.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
That's one thing I wish in girls hockey we could do is check. I mean, I'm not the biggest girl ever, but it would be really nice if we were able to check and play a little rough.
That's the problem. It's not necessarily that we want to, have big hits. It's just it takes away from the game when it's all penalties.
Right.
I mean, there's been 2 5-on-3s in the first period alone, and that's just, it's not.
It's just,
It does. It takes away from the play.
I think just let us play.
Absolutely, I agree. And I do like that, we learn to get a little more finesse and skill because you can't check players off of the puck, but at the same time.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people say, like, girls hockey focuses more on, like, strategic and finesse, like you said, but, yeah, it'd be nice if we could play a little physical.
Yep. So that's it for the first period here at Arrington Ice Arena. The Wolverines are up 1-0, and shots are tied at 8-8 for each team, and a 5-on-3 when we get back here for the second period. And it looks like both captains from both teams are having a talk with the refs right now, probably about the excessive penalties being called, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably informing them of, like, what they're going to call and letting them know now so they're not surprised.
And we'll be right back in about 15 minutes for the second period.
And we are back for the second period of play between your Adrian College Bulldogs and the University Michigan Wolverines. After the first period, the score is 1-0 Wolverines. Shots are 8-8, and Adrian will start down 2 players. So we'll see if the Wolverines can capitalize on this 5-on-3.
And
All right.
as we talked about earlier at the end of the first period, all of the penalties that were called here in the first period. And in between periods, we looked up some stats for the NHL, and the most recorded penalty minutes ever in NHL history was 419. It was a game in 2004 between the Ottawa Senators and the Philadelphia Flyers. And 419 penalty minutes, 213 of which were from the Flyers. And from the description that I saw, basically the entire game was a fight. Every 30 seconds a new fight would break out. And although that's not going to happen here tonight, it is getting very feisty between both teams. A total of 14 penalty minutes within the first period, which doesn't seem like much, but really for just one period of hockey, that's quite a bit. And 4 minutes to the Wolverines and 10 to the Bulldogs, so it's pretty lopsided right now. Hopefully, for the Bulldogs' sake, the refs come up in here with a few makeup calls. Not necessarily undeserved, but that would be huge for Bulldogs. They really need to start capitalizing and stay out of the box.
Wow, 419 minutes. That's
pretty crazy,
that's
huh? There must be like game suspensions and
there's probably a
major
mixture of 10-minute penalties,
yeah,
5-minute penalties.
absolutely. They probably played the whole game 3-on-3.
Yeah, and if you think about like a hockey game is 60 minutes long, and you're having 419 minutes.
Yes,
is
it's
crazy.
unbelievable. And the 213 penalty minutes from the Flyers, they set their own record within their organization for having that many penalty minutes in one game.
I guess that's something.
Yeah. But, I mean, if that's the case, though, they're pretty even. The Flyers only have a few more penalties than the Senators, so. Usually refs do find a way to even things out.
Yeah, unless it's like one team is just so much more dirty, but
right.
I don't think that's the case here
No,
tonight.
I don't think so either.
And
another thing noticed here tonight is that we've only got 2 refs, and neither with the main orange stripes on tonight. And I was talking to the announcer in between periods, and he said that one of the refs was on their way and got a flat tire, and he was the head ref. So they are stuck with only having 2 refs tonight, and that's why both are making the calls and no line judge, which I was not aware of. I thought we were down a ref. It looked a little small here on the ice.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest, I did not notice that, but now that you mentioned.
Yeah. And the Wolverines quickly take over here on their power play advantage with just 6 seconds left in the 5-on-3, and it'll be soon a 5-on-4 for another minute. Pool's back on the ice and forechecks hard down, which a lot of I can see here the fans thinking that was an interference call, and it may have been, and that would have been a good opportunity for the refs to make up some of the calls here, but doesn't seem to be the case. Almost a breakaway opportunity here for Rushing on the kill. She goes down into the zone and brings it back up to her forward, but that's taken away by the Wolverines. The Bulldogs do seem to be controlling the puck here, even though they are on the kill. And that's what they're looking for here in this second period. They really need to come out hard with some shots and get a goal here. Dungy with the save, and Knapp's bringing the puck up, but poke checked away by number 14 on the Wolverines. Wide open scoring opportunity, and another wide open scoring opportunity, and 14 misses the net twice. One good save by Dungy, and that was an opportunity. Now 5-on-5 for the Bulldogs. I'm surprised that Fabs didn't go into the zone on that. Normally when you're in your defensive zone and you're coming out of the box, you go in no matter what and you don't change. Loose puck in front, but it's covered by Dungy.
Yeah, nice save for freshman Allison Dungy.
The Bulldogs really need to settle down here. It's looking a little clustered, but if they just take a deep breath, spread out, they'll have this game under control. They'll be all right. It's only 1-0. They have no reason to panic yet.
Yeah, the Wolverines took pretty full advantage of that 5-3. Got some nice shots and scoring chances, but the Bulldogs were able to fight them off and keep this a 1-0 game.
Bulldog penalty kill seems to be doing really well tonight for how many penalties there have been. What do you think Berger said to them in the locker room after all those penalties?
You know, he was probably just saying, settle down a bit. You don't want to take stupid penalties, but, I mean, yeah, some of the penalties might have not been true penalties, but he's probably just saying, like, be careful, but don't take away that physical play, so you...
Yep. And, you know, on the other end of the coaching spectrum, we've got Rob Blackburn, head coach of the University of Michigan and former head coach of the USA ACHA national team, and also my former head coach as well, or assistant coach. I played for him for Victory Honda in my 16U year, and he's a great guy. He's got a lot of dedication to the sport. We've recently heard not a big fan of Adrian, but, you know, that comes with the rivalry, and I'm glad that to see him moving up with teams and getting to coach. I think his daughter played at one point, but both coaches doing really well this year, I think, with number 4 and number 5 ranked teams.
Yeah. Another good thing about hockey is the rivalries. Like, that's the one thing I love. It always makes the game more fun.
Absolutely. And we know that from personal experience, too. You know, we've got a lot of rivalries. This year seems to be Concordia, who always gives us a problem.
Yep.
My former team, which maybe, you know, could add a little bit to it, but
yeah,
nonetheless, it's still always great games when we play that team, as well, you know, everyone in our conference, pretty much.
For sure.
And that's the best part. It should be.
Yeah.
A lot of action
makes it
going
fun.
on. Yeah. Now that we're finally back on 5-on-5. Oh, and a big hit here and a penalty coming to the Wolverines. That was a great call by the refs.
Yeah. Nice penalty draw for Kayla, number 7, Kayla Vanston.
Yep. Looks to be an interference call on number 8, Callie Bates. Bulldogs really need to capitalize here on this power play. And it looks like their unit of Tate rushing, Napoli, Fabs, and Fuoco is out there. Face-off lost by the Bulldogs and quickly cleared down by the Wolverines. They really just need to have a little more communication here tonight. I think there's been a few times where 2 players go for the puck and it gets thrown down because neither of them grab it. And, you know, that happens to all teams, but just need to settle it down.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to say than do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the second, second unit for Bulldogs is put out there.
See if they can capitalize on it right here.
And Berger seems to be doing what our head coach, Chad Davis, does a lot, is switch power plays up on every whistle just to keep it fresh, keep it going, change looks, because it's easy for a penalty kill to defend against a team that does the same thing every time. But when you switch units like that, you really do get a diverse group, and they don't know what to do.
You can definitely pick up on it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little scare down in the defensive zone for the Bulldogs, but quickly recovered and brought down. And then, and again, another dump down by the Wolverines to clear the puck. The Flame here bringing up the puck, looking to get a shot. Goes high and wide. Again, like we talked about earlier, pucks, low shots are really going to be key here tonight, and especially with a player in front. Yeah. It's hard to get a shot when the goalie can see the puck all the way. You want to cover her. You want to make her lose her eyesight of the puck and get an opportunity.
Yeah. Definitely want to get some rebounds.
Yes. Harm and the Flame working the puck, and another high shot by the Flame, but this time it was tipped by a Wolverine player. 30 seconds left in the power play, and they switched their other unit. Hopefully, they really need to get one here.
Yeah, face off in the offensive zone, so hopefully that can be used to their advantage.
A nice win by Tate, but quickly recovered by the Wolverines. And that's another thing, especially on face-offs, you really need to tie up your player. If you're a winger, center, or defense, it's hard to do anything when the puck's coming at or the player's coming at you, and you really should cover. That's one thing our coaches preach heavily. Is always taking the man on the face-off.
Yeah, always tie up and give your defense or whoever a little extra time.
Right. It's mainly to help your team out. And now both teams are at full strength. Shots are 15 Wolverines to 9 Adrian. And a nice pass out front by rushing to Napoli. But the defense make a nice play for the Wolverines. Fabs dumps it in. It gets caught up by a player on the Wolverines. I believe number 6. Oh, and I see their nameplates all say Wolverines. That's why it didn't make sense why Bates' name was really long.
Yep, that
all
makes
right.
sense now.
Now
I've been trying to
it.
look at the back of their jerseys for their last names, but
Okay, so we'll just look at the sheet then. Been a lot of neutral zone play here tonight as both teams fighting hard to regain control and enter the opposing team's offensive zone. Twig goes back for the puck hard with a Wolverine player hard on her. And it seems the Wolverines just seem to be outworking the Bulldogs right now to just small plays. And not to say that the Bulldogs don't have great effort. It's just the Wolverines really do have a momentum for them right now. And the Bulldogs need to stop it quickly before it gets out of hand.
Momentum, it's always changing during the game between
so important.
either team.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Kelsey said, right now Wolverines have that momentum going.
And a lot of the times they're just getting scoring opportunities where the Bulldogs have the momentum. They're either missing the net or they're not getting a shot off quickly. And I know this team can from what we've seen previously.
Right.
So, and there's tons of time left. This game could go either way. Really, there's so much game left. Can't get count out now, and
yeah,
the Bulldogs
can
just have to
change
keep
on a
going.
dime.
Yes.
Oh.
Kayla Vanson works hard to get that puck and chip it out with Raciti pressuring. And then the Bulldogs go for a line change, and it quickly leads to a 4-on-2. But a nice back check by LaFlame. Could have potentially been called for a penalty, but the refs seemed to let it go. And that's another thing noticed at the end of the period is the refs had a nice talk, quite a long talk actually with both captains of the team.
Yeah.
Probably just telling them to get the teams under control. There's been a lot of hits from behind even.
And like just letting them know that they're going to call these.
Yeah, and that
penalties.
seems to be the case tonight. A nice scoring opportunity by LaFlame as she gets one-on-one and gets a nice shot on net, hit the goalie. The goalie made a nice save. And that's all they can do is if you keep shooting, the puck will go in. Really, our coaches always say you can't score unless you shoot, and that is always proven to be true.
We have that one quote by Wayne Gretzky, "It's 100% of the shots that you don't take."
Hey, and as
It's
cliche
very true.
as that might sound, that is absolutely true.
Simple.
It's so simple. The whole game is simple. You just need to settle down and calm down and really just spread yourself out, and the game will be fine. Jubenville back, looking to get a nice breakout here for the Bulldogs. Quick up to number 17, Lauren. 17 for the Bulldogs, Lauren Hughes, who is another top 5 scorer for the Bulldogs.
Pretty cool as a freshman.
Yep. There was quite a large freshman class this year, I think, for the Bulldogs, and they've all played really instrumental roles
Yes, for
in
sure.
this team's success thus far. And a nice turnover opportunity for the Bulldogs. Tate brings it up, gets over the red line, and dumps the puck down to get a change.
Looks
Very
like it was
smart
end of-
play.
end of shift. Definitely just want to get it deep.
Don't want to risk a turnover at the blue line. That always turns into bad news. Fabs, does something interesting there. She goes all the way down to the hash marks, and she's a defenseman. But her speed allows her to do that because she can get back up to the D and get her in her defensive spot, but she can also play such an offensive role at the same time. I mean, you don't see a lot of defense to do that, and that's really, I think, a key play for the Bulldogs.
As we just saw a couple seconds ago, she was back to the blue line very fast.
And another defense up here on an offensive opportunity. Paige walks the defense, gets a nice shot, and then saved by Kelsey Dugan for the other team.
Yeah, watching some of their games this year, Fabro and Fuco, they're definitely a good defensive pair. Like you were just saying, they're both very offensive. They're both very good defensive, and they have the speed, the smarts, and that allows them to do that. And I really like watching them.
Yeah, they do seem to work really well together. And even I've noticed sometimes Antos is paired with Fabro, and I think this group of defense for this team works really well together.
Yeah, all around their team, but.
And having offensive defense is so important. I mean, really, playing the blue line and shooting the puck, that's where most goals come from.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer.
Yes, definitely. A lot of the times, too, they're from down low, but when you have a defensive pair and every pair that you have of defense that can shoot the puck, that really takes a lot of work off from the forwards because they just go for the rebounds. And most goals are dirty, garbage goals just like that. You're not going to get the top 10 sports bettor play every time.
Right. Yeah. Even like number 25, Valerie Twig, and number 6, Sarah Rebles, they're a good pair as well.
Mm-hmm. And that pair is not the most aggressive offensive pair, but they are solid defense. And most of the time you'll see them dump the puck deep because really that's the smartest play. If you're getting pressured, you want the puck deep.
Yeah, and they'll occasionally, like I just saw a Twig her last shift. She jumped up in the play, and it's just all about the right time. And
definitely.
But there's nothing we can really say bad about any of these Bulldog defense or forwards, anyone.
Another great opportunity thrown in front by LaFlame to Camp. Camp's taken down by the Wolverines defense. And this line, too, LaFlame, Camp, and Harm, they are really good at cycling the puck down low. And most teams don't take into consideration how important that is, but it really does confuse the defense. You don't know what player you have, and you just constantly keep the puck moving until you get a nice scoring opportunity. Which, speaking of scoring opportunities, Michigan just had a nice one. Number 13 again. She's had quite a few shots here tonight and had a nice rebound given up by Dungy. And luckily, she made the second save.
Shots are 19-12 in Wolverines' favor. So they're definitely taking advantage of every opportunity.
And last night even, too, the Bulldogs were outshot 45-14 in the game. And so that's an incredible difference, a range between the shots. And for the Bulldogs to pull out a win on that, that's great. And so that's one thing maybe to improve on is the amount of shots taken and given up for that matter.
Yeah, and it just takes one shot to get it in the back of the net. So
looks like the Bulldogs and Wolverines battling down low right now. A nice shot from Frocco again up at the point. And a little collision there at center ice, but the Bulldogs regain the puck. But a turnover at the neutral zone, but then taken in by Demi Russo, number 23. Demi is a really dynamic player, I would say, for the Bulldogs. Not only is she a member of the ACHA women's hockey team here, she's also a part of the synchronized skating team. And possibly the solo team. I'm not exactly sure. I know she's a phenomenal synchronized skater.
Yeah, you just confirmed that she is.
Okay.
So she definitely is busy.
Yes.
Busy.
And I find that just amazing how you can go from hockey skates, which are flat-edged and there's no toe pick at the front, to figure skates with a toe pick. I mean, it's just it's such different ways of skating, and I think that's really great that she can capitalize on that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's easy to her now because I'm sure it's years of practice.
For doing it so long.
I know if I was to go back to figure skates now, it wouldn't be good.
No. I probably would be on the ice more than I was on my actual skates.
I mean, not that I don't fall a lot as it is, but fall is that much more.
And I think the synchronized skating teams here just had a meet not too long ago, a couple weekends ago, and they came in first place again out of 4 teams. So that is a nice Adrian College win.
And I believe it was their first time getting first place, if I read
great.
it correctly.
So improving over the years, I would say, too.
So all our ice sports here. Fun to watch.
Definitely. Yeah, another pad of ice would be nice, too. Create more decent skating times. I know some of our ACHA hockey teams skate really late at night or really early in the morning, like this girls club team.
Yeah.
And I think it would really benefit having another sheet.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a penalty coming up here. Possibly 2 as 2 players go down. We've got an elbow call going against the Wolverines. Another penalty for Callie Bates here. I believe that's her second of the night.
That was a nice play in the corner by number 5, Becca Napoli.
A lot of penalties.
Penalty.
Yes, exactly. I was just going to say that. Drawing penalties, a lot of it time, it comes out of the corner. Working hard and getting the calls. An attempt to clear the puck by the Wolverines, but taken down by rushing. Bulldogs really need to score on this power play here. Tate calmly takes the puck, passes up to Fuoco, back down to Tate. Goes in for the shot. Oh, and it's just wide. Hitting the net here is going to be key for them. A lot of their shots, they're not getting recorded because they're not hitting the net. There's probably double. They probably had 24 shots taken, but only 12 are recorded on goal. And Wolverines clear, and Corzon skates down for the puck.
Number 11 for Wolverines, Corazon. She was fast.
Yeah.
She just got on the ice.
She did, and she just beat one Bulldog player. Luckily, another one was already back there.
Yeah, I don't think our Bulldog player was expecting that.
That's another tip where communication comes in key, letting your player know that you've got one on you.
Yeah.
And it gives them more time because they might not know that they don't have any time.
So far, this Wolverine penalty kill is not letting him pass, or not letting him out of the neutral zone.
Yep.
Excuse me.
They had one nice opportunity earlier. A nice backhand play by rushing, and the Flames off for the puck. And a nice defensive play to not allow her to get a nice shot off, which she does have a fantastic shot. She scored quite a few goals by doing that. So. And that was a great defensive play by number 14, captain of the Wolverines.
Yeah, number 14, Jennifer Kuzmano. Yeah, nice diving play. Took away a scoring chance. A very good scoring chance for the Bulldogs.
And now that I look at it, I used to play with Jennifer myself on a spring season quite a long while ago.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Wolverines have an odd man rush. And a diving play, and it looks like it's going to be a trip against Jubenville for the Bulldogs. That's, and that's a penalty you just sometimes have to take when it's 1-0 against your goalie like that.
See, I disagree with that penalty because, she got all puck, to be honest. I know she still got her skate, but still, I think, if you're going for the puck and, you hit the puck, it should not be a penalty.
I think the problem is that the other player goes down.
That's
if the other player, even so you get the puck, which I do agree with you in saying that. When you get all puck, I don't think it should be a call. And, who's to say that the player didn't, dive or embellish. But if she goes down, sometimes the refs just have to call it.
Yeah, but it was definitely a good penalty to take by number 11, your captain, Jenna Jubenville.
I don't think Berger could get too upset about that one.
Definitely took away a scoring chance for the Wolverines.
Yep. And who knows, maybe this Bulldog team can pull out a shorthanded goal here. It's still only 1-0. Shots are 21 Wolverines to 13 Adrian. And it looks like the Bulldogs are controlling the puck down low. Twig does a nice job of taking care of the puck down there. Wolverines haven't really had a chance to set up this power play, and Camp clears the puck down to the other end. And again, turned over play by the Wolverines and taken back down by Rebellis.
Yeah, so far I think the penalty killers for both teams have been better than the power play.
Absolutely. Neither, for how many penalties there have been, neither have put in a power play goal yet.
Yeah. So it's good to see it.
We've also had some really
ends.
great goaltending as well.
Right.
Solid in both the net. There's not much Dungy could have done on the first goal, so you know her head's still in it, as she hasn't allowed any more at this period.
Yeah, it's not easy being a goalie.
Definitely not. I could not imagine.
No.
And the Bulldog, Fabro, ices the puck on the penalty kill, excuse me. They're doing a nice job. There's only 25 seconds left in the power play, and I think they've maybe had a scoring opportunity. A nice chip out by Frey as Harm goes down, one-on-one, pressures the puck. Less than a minute left in the second period. An end of the period goal would be really key here for the Bulldogs. Camp goes hard to the net, forces a whistle. 1 second left in the penalty.
Yeah. No talking, since it's senior night tonight, I know you were able to play with number 5, Becca Napoli, number 16, Antos, and number 24, Harm. I was lucky enough to play with number 24, Harm, but they're great girls. I know, like, coming in freshman year last year, they were really welcoming, and they made freshman year a lot easier. Even though we were on different teams, they were really nice. And Kara Harm, she always has a smile on her face, and she's just a great girl to be around.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I first transferred here, Antos, Napoli, and Harm were seriously my first friends I made on this campus. They welcomed me right into the sophomore group, and I never looked back after that. It made my transferring here much better, and I'm so glad to see that they're doing such great things on this team after leaving ours. And I know that this was the best decision for them. And same with Poole, as she was once a varsity player as well. And she's really torn it up on this team. And, Juvenville, the player that has been here since the beginning, and that explains why she's the captain. And really all 5 of these seniors have been so influential to this team.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of good things about her. And then Emily Michelin, as we mentioned earlier, was out with a concussion as the yesterday game. It's too bad that she had to miss the senior game.
Right, definitely. Well, after the second period wraps up, Wolverines are up 1-0, and shots are 22 Wolverines to Bulldogs 14, and seems to be no talking to the refs this time by the captain, so they had a little more under control. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes after this period.
And we're back for the third period here. This is Sarah Shurup alongside Kelsey Cush. It's still a 1-0 game, Wolverines. Shots are 22-14 in favor of the Wolverines. And we're starting this period 5-on-5.
Which is not something that we've had here so far. 5-on-5 has been, a little lacking with all of the penalties that we had. Although the second period was not as bad as the first with calls. Adrian had a few more power play opportunities. And, still no capitalized for either team on power play. The one goal was, I believe, a 5-on-5.
Yeah, both penalty kills have been outstanding.
Yes, absolutely, as well as the goaltending. They really have stepped it up for both teams. And, this period is crucial for the Bulldogs. They really need to get a win here, or a goal here to get the ball rolling. And both teams are fired up. You can just feel the energy on the ice and on.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can get a quick one here to tie it up pretty fast.
And it starts off a face-off win by the Bulldogs and a scrum up here at the Bulldog bench, but then dumped in by a Wolverines player, number 2. Aaron Gregory, I guess that's how you would say it.
It's not easy to pronounce some of these names.
Right. And actually, looking at this list, there's quite a few long names on the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Mandrusov, Vercolon, Hodeling, Kuzmano, Trubiano, quite a few.
Yeah, and another interesting fact, I played with a couple of the girls from the Michigan team here. Number 6, Emily Hodeling, one of the funniest people I know. And then also number 12, Eleanor Shalfo. And like I said earlier, number 13, Jenna Trubiano. I played with all those girls growing up, and they're all great girls, great hockey players, and great teammates, and it's fun to watch them play today.
And get to announce their game. That's pretty special.
And get to announce it.
Looks like Adrian's going to be here on a power play opportunity. I didn't see the call that was made. High stick with no whistle because it's taken by number 11. And a goal, a short-handed goal opportunity. Wow. That was a pretty goal if I have ever seen one. Number 11, Corazon, who is clearly the leading goal scorer for the Wolverines. He beats Jubenville down on the ice, cuts in, and just goes backhand top shelf. Not what the Bulldogs wanted here on a power play opportunity. The first 9 seconds of the power play, and a shorthanded goal for the Wolverines puts them up 2-0.
Definitely not the start that the Bulldogs were looking for.
And that, that's just a momentum killer for the Bulldogs, and it brings up the morale for the Wolverines even more, who seem to be just amped up tonight. And really, that's all teams should be that way. That's how you win games, no matter the score or the shots or anything. It's the how spirited you are, really.
And I've noticed this Wolverine team is really excited when they score, and that's always good to see. And
yes,
like you said, definitely a game changer.
Regardless, though, these Bulldogs are coming back with some great scoring opportunities on this power play. We've had a few shots already and some tips out in front. Napoli just missed one there off of a centering pass from Tate. And then the Wolverines have a chance to clear it.
Yeah, the good thing is they still have a minute on the power play here, and it's early in the period, and see if they can get it back. Yeah,
2-0 is a lead, that can be changed easily, and there's almost 18 minutes left of this game. That's so much time. I mean, you saw with our game this weekend, we've had 5 goals in a period, 4 in 2 minutes, And although that was against a weaker opponent, unlike this series that we've got going on right now, anything's possible.
Yeah, anything can happen. It's not over till the last whistle.
Yep. A nice face-off win by Poole, and they get to set up here on the power play. So they seem to go for the Flame a lot as a key shooter off of the half wall. But easy
Bulldogs
save for Dugan.
The Bulldogs need to create some more pressure and traffic in front of the net.
Yep, absolutely.
So the Wolverines doesn't get an easy save like they just did.
I have noticed, too, the Bulldogs are really good at keeping the puck in on clears when they're against the boards. It's a strong defense on the blue line. And a nice play. That play works. You drag the opposing team out by the defense, and then you throw it back to your open player. And our power play does that a lot. And usually it is very effective.
For sure.
And a wholesale line change for both teams here.
11 seconds left on this power play and an offensive zone faceoff. So we'll see if they can get it right here.
Dugan has been coming up huge and making stops every time the Wolverines have needed it and shutting down the Adrian offense. Oh, a nice centering pass out front, but just missed and then picked up by a Wolverines player just coming out of the box. Number 17, Lee Krieger. Fuoco comes up again, big offensive presence here on the blue line, and dumps the puck in for her teammates to go chase. The Bulldogs really need to get somebody in front, just like that. Oh, and a great scoring opportunity for Rushing as she backhands the puck, but Dugan makes a nice save.
Looked like that went in from up here.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It is hard to score when you've got 3 players behind the net for the Bulldogs. So they really need to work on what our coach calls the triangle system.
Yeah.
You want to just make 2-on-1s everywhere you go, have a player, top of the hash marks, just in a shooting position and be able to pass to them from behind the net.
Yeah, like we said earlier, so that's why it's important to stop in front of the net.
Nice defensive play by Rebellis as she stops a 2-on-1 for the Wolverines. Twig skates hard down to the corner to battle for the puck. Oh, and a nice block by Poole as they go down, and Napoli is going down, and it looks like a delayed penalty call for the Wolverines. So we've got an interference call for the Wolverines and another power play opportunity for the Bulldogs. Let's hope they don't give up a shorthanded goal and get some points back in this game.
Right. Want to cut the lead in half right here.
Yep. Not sure what player that is for the Wolverines, but
looks like number 7, Mercedes Reyes for the Wolverines.
A top scorer for U of M, so that could be beneficial for the Bulldogs for sure.
Nice defensive play by the Wolverines right there.
Both penalty kills that we've mentioned quite a few times here tonight have been great for either team, especially Wolverines as they just scored a shorthanded goal. And it's been hard for both power plays to put a puck in the net tonight. Now the Bulldogs come in on a 4-on-3 opportunity. Really need to set something up. The puck's been bouncing quite a bit tonight too. It's been a little hard to control for both teams. And actually, come to think of it, I noticed that in our game yesterday. It was a little bouncy, and then in the ACHA Black team's game, my younger brother plays on that team, number 27, Mitchell Cush, and the puck was bouncing for them too. It seemed like neither team could really control it. So I don't know if it's something with the ice this weekend, or maybe the pucks aren't properly frozen, but it's definitely different to have that here at our fantastic arena.
Yeah, it's usually a good sheet of ice. So
yeah, definitely. So maybe it could just be the pucks. Sometimes if they're not cold enough, they do tend to bounce around.
Right.
And I know the ACHA Black team ended up losing last night 6-3 to Grand Valley. They were up. They had a lead 3-2, and a couple power play goals later and an empty net, Grand Valley came out with the win. And I know they are playing them again today, right now, so we could be looking in for some scores for them later on. Oh, and a nice opportunity by Poole out front. And it's 5-on-5 opportunity for both teams right now. Another power play lost by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they had a few more chances on that power play. Just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely. It'll come.
Yeah.
They just got to keep going. Harm skates in with the puck with LaFlame close by. LaFlame gets a shot, but blocked by the Wolverines defense. And stolen by Kayla Vanson, who throws the puck to the net. A bouncing puck, but sometimes those are trouble for goalies if they can get in. And it looks like a penalty called here to a Michigan player, high sticking. So now all of these penalties are turning into power play opportunities for the Bulldogs. They really need to capitalize here. They've been giving chance after chance.
Yeah, they've been lucky to get now what will be their third power play in the third period. So they really need to take advantage of this.
And the unit with Fabro and Tate and Fuoco and Rushing and Frey as well is now out. This seems to be their go-to unit for the night, although they have been switching pretty regularly.
Yeah, and
but Fabro does have a fantastic shot. I think she just needs to get in a little closer, maybe top of the circles.
And that's what they need to focus on this power play is just shots.
And her speed allows her to go end to end and skate the puck up. Although she's a defense, and she really does get the ball rolling. Except for Wolverines have a great kill, and they've been dumping it all night and clearing the zone. Fuoco with the puck, breaks it out. Frey up top looking for a nice pass. And then on to Rushing, who cuts in, but it's taken away by number 6 on the Wolverines. Antos looks for the quick shot. And again, but blocked by number 7 on the Wolverines. They really need to get players going at these Wolverines. This is their third dump where the Wolverine player has beat the Bulldogs down to their own defensive zone. And really, that's just going to turn into a scoring opportunity for them sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this Wolverine penalty kill.
Poole gets the opportunity, passes out front to Harm, and she just misses the net on a backhand shot. Working on the half wall is Poole and LaFlame, it looks like. With 10 seconds left on the power play opportunity. Battling hard in the corner of the Wolverines. Really just killing time here, and it's back to full strength for the Wolverines. And another power play gone for the Bulldogs. Both Harm and Poole are working hard in the corner with 2 other Wolverines players. And now a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Wolverines as they carry it into the zone. Fuoco picks up the puck behind the net, looking for a breakout pass to Tate. Just missed and turned over to the Wolverines player. Twig is another player who is not afraid to skate up the ice. Even though she is a defense, she knows she's got teammates that will back her up and support her if there is a turnover, just like there was. Twig seemed to be tripped up on the play a little bit. And shots are 23 Wolverines, Adrian 19. And it looks like we got an icing here against the Bulldogs, so no change.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get a little more country at Adrian College with the announcement of this year's spring concert.
We're down to the last 10 minutes of the third period, and still down by 2 are the Adrian Bulldogs. And then Wolverines are still leading the shots, 23-19. So see if the Bulldogs can get it back, and let's see if the Wolverines can keep their lead.
And the Wolverines really have been dominant tonight,
Yeah.
both with shots and with actually goal scoring. Rushing races off to the puck, but, just easy get back for number 11 on the Wolverines as she makes a nice back check play. They seem to just want the puck, and that's what's happening here. Yep. As Wolverines throw it away by a miscommunication pass, Antos picks up the puck behind the net, but turned over right in front. And a scoring opportunity again for the Wolverines. And now a penalty looks like to be against Poole, who is not happy about the call whatsoever. And the trip there, and that should be a call. So it
Looks like there's going to be two penalties.
Two penalties
here
on the play, one for each team. And now that works out in Poole's favor. She was not happy with the call that Martinez, the ref, was making. Both players assessed with cross-checking penalties.
Wow.
Hopefully 4-on-4 will bring some nice benefits for the Bulldogs, as 5-on-5 has not been able to do so.
Yeah. Again, a lot of ice, so hopefully one of these teams will take advantage of it.
Yeah. Another face-off win by the Wolverines, but Camp is off to the races, trying to beat it to the puck as it went out of the zone. A nice play by Harm up to Camp, skating hard for the puck, and poke check just in. Harm picks up the puck, and it just seems like every puck is just a little too far in front of the players for the Bulldogs. So that penalty assessed for Adrian is to Morgan Poole for cross-checking, and Jenna Trubiano, number 13 on the Wolverines, for cross-checking. Both top scorers. Oh, and Harm has a great scoring opportunity that just goes high and wide.
Thought I heard it hit the post. Maybe I'm just hearing things, though.
It may have.
Nonetheless, it was close, so.
And, we've been saying to shoot low, but sometimes the goalie, you see something different on the ice than we do up here, and you might see a spot where you can just get that high top corner.
Yeah.
Tate comes in with the puck, toe drags, and goes right into the goalie. It was a good opportunity. I thought it might bounce over his shoulder.
Another nice save, though, by Wolverines goalie, Kelsey Dugan.
41 seconds left for the 4-on-4. Adrian does seem to have a little bit more life here with this opportunity. They've been getting some nice scoring chances. A pinch by Twig, and she picks up the puck, goes in, gets for a shot just wide. It's really a smart play to use the defense as a screen and just shoot the puck rather as going through them. And Twig still fights down low with LaFlame covering for up top. And a 2-on-2 for the Wolverines, and a dump in, but a scary puck there.
Yeah, that almost took a weird bounce, and it could have been bad for the Bulldogs.
But Dungy pretty solid in the net there and covers it quickly. Doesn't allow it to get past her at all.
Nice cover. It seemed to be a little collision in front of the net there.
2 Adrian players and a Wolverine.
But no penalties are called.
Both teams are full strength.
So no update for the ACHA Black game at Grand Valley. Hopefully we'll look for a win and find out afterwards. And it looks like the Bulldogs are looking to get a far breakout pass by LaFlame. And Dungy comes up huge with a great glove save with another great scoring opportunity for the for the Wolverines. But Dungy's been just solid in net.
That was a nice setup by the Wolverines forwards.
Absolutely.
But Allison Dungy was able to come up big for them.
Come feed your senses at Wow Cafe.
A nice face-off win by Poole, winning it forward this time as Frey is able to jump up and take the puck in and go for a rush.
The Bulldogs really need to look to get
Yep.
one here soon.
Napoli now here with the puck and drops it back to Frey, but they're held up by 2 Wolverines. I think now, as it comes down to just 6 minutes left in the game, Adrian's getting a little more desperate here. You see the D pinching a lot more, just trying to keep pucks in the offensive zone to get some shots. And Jubenville, again, pinches and takes the puck away. It seems to be working in their favor right now. Napoli going behind the net, stops, looks for Poole, just misses it, but Jubes is there for a shot, and another nice save by Dugan.
Looks like number 5 back in Napoli is, yeah, it's getting a little chippy down there.
It's getting a little chippy here at the end of the game.
Chirps are the best part.
If you've got them.
If you got them.
I don't have chirps. I can't think of anything clever enough to say quickly.
I always think of stuff after the fact.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
When I'm laying down and just thinking.
Most of the time it's just, hey, look at the scoreboard, but I don't think that works right now in the Bulldogs case.
Yeah, for either team, it's a close game.
Mm-hmm. And you know, although they are running out of time and there's 5 minutes left, still, anything can happen. 2 goals is not that big of a differential, and they could get these points here.
Yeah, a lot of players scored within seconds of each other.
Absolutely.
So, like we said before, can change on a dime.
And it seems like Berger's running his top 3 lines pretty consistently here, with all of the top scorers spread out pretty evenly on the 3 lines.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, depth is huge. And the play's dumped in, and Dugan makes a save, looking for an offensive face-off here for the Bulldogs.
Trying away, maybe see if she could play it, but the Bulldogs were good and pressured her until they got the whistle.
And speaking of running 3 lines, Berger just throws out his 4th line players, which are Danson, Russo, and Rosidi. And, you know, sometimes you just need a set of fresh legs. When you've got your top 3 lines rolling the entire game, the 4th line can come in huge. And we've noticed that with our team as well.
Yeah, which goes back to the depth of the team. They're able to do that.
Yes. And it does right now. So they just put them out there for a few seconds, but it gives, you know, the top players an extra rest, and they can come back out. And really, every player has a role on each team, and I'm glad that the Bulldogs know how to use it, and they really are working together as a team to try to get this win back.
Yeah, like when I was playing travel hockey as 3rd line, we would just love it and just call ourselves the 3rd line grind line, and
absolutely
we're goal scorers. But like Kelsey just said, we had some role in the game.
And, you know, I know this Bulldog team has quite a few players on it, and they do have to have, you know, a large amount of healthy scratches each game. And sometimes it is the same players a lot, just based off of who's going and who Berger wants to keep in. And I know some of the players personally that don't get to play as much, but they always root on their team. They're at every game and cheering them on no matter what. And sometimes that's the most important part.
Yeah.
It's just having that support system.
You want to send off good attitude so your teammates aren't looking around and seeing, like, getting bad vibes.
Yes, exactly.
So everyone really does have a huge role in the team no matter what.
Just under 4 minutes left in the 3rd period. Bulldogs really looking to get a goal here. Jubenville stops behind the net and throws it up the boards for rushing. Looking to make a breakout play. And Tate chips it along. A nice poke check by Jubenville. I've noticed that that's one of her go-to moves is the poke check, and it seems to work really well for her. And it looks like another penalty coming up here for the Bulldogs. which is not what they needed at all. Number 8,
in the
Tate.
last 3 minutes.
Alicia Tate gets a cross-checking penalty right in the neutral zone. So the Bulldogs are going to be on the kill for 2 out of the 3 minutes in the third period.
And their kill hasn't been that bad, and as we see, the Wolverines got that short-handed
Right.
goal, so we'll see what the Bulldogs can do.
And they always say you work harder when you're a man down, so we'll see how this goes. Nice block by Summer Frey at the blue line. And an unfortunate hand pass called. Bulldogs had speed. They were coming up, about to be on a 3-on-2.
That one was a little questionable.
Yeah. I feel like that hit another part of the body before it went to Summer Frey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Adrian College point is number 8, Alicia Tate. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Tate for cross-checking.
Another face-off won by the Wolverines as they set up here on the power play. And it almost looks like that's just a trick play by the Wolverines as they take a slap shot but aim purposely for the backdoor player. A lot of high-caliber teams do that, and it really does show. A turnover right to Sabrina Camp as she gets a chance to dump it down the ice with Frey attacking on the forecheck.
Especially 2 goals down for the Bulldogs. You definitely want to be a little more aggressive than normal.
Absolutely. And Camp just showed it right there. It was a nice hard work. She did her part, worked hard. They got the dump, and she got the change and get another player out there. I'm sure Berger will be looking to pull the goalie here when they get back to 5-on-5 so they can get a 6-on-5 opportunity.
40 seconds on the penalty kill for the Bulldogs.
Harm drops it back to Antos, who takes an unfortunate trip on the ice, and then the Wolverines regain control. And it looks like a penalty may be assessed on the play. I'm not exactly sure. So,
is that it? I think that means a
wow.
10-minute.
I am very surprised to see this. The technical was called against Amanda Antos, number 16 on the play, when it looked like to be a high stick for the Wolverines. Not exactly sure what happened. And Berger, the head coach of the Adrian Bulldogs, calls a timeout with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the third period.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what exactly happened. I did not see it.
Yeah, I would be interested to know what that ref saw.
Yeah.
What do you think Berger's telling his team right now?
Well, since they're down by 2 goals, down 2 players, I would say be more aggressive on the puck. At this point, we have nothing to lose. And just, like, show some urgency out there. And
because you know they're not going to be able to pull the goalie now that they have to kill another penalty. But, I mean, as we've seen, Wolverine's second goal was shorthanded, so it very well could happen. They're just going to have to be as aggressive as possible and play like they don't have a man disadvantage.
That's a key point here, or one thing to focus on is just be more aggressive because they need to get a goal.
Yes.
If they want to.
So for the 5-on-3, it looks like we've got Harm, Rushing, and Fabro. So 2 forwards and a defense, which you do see quite a bit when you're running penalty kill. And Harm looks like she's just about to beat her on a loose puck. Oh, but a nice defensive play made by the player that she was running down on the Wolverines. That was a nice opportunity for the Bulldogs. It's plays like that you need. Players that will just hustle and get to the puck right away. That's what's going to make the difference.
The Bulldogs are down 1 player.
It's now 5-on-4 for the Bulldogs. Poole is put on the ice. Another penalty is called. a slashing call.
This was a
And
plot twist in the third period.
And against the Wolverines, so it's now 4-on-4.
Wolverines. I thought the Bulldogs were getting another penalty.
Nope. So 4-on-4 opportunity here with just under a minute left. This could be working in the Bulldogs' favor, and Berger does indeed pull Dungy and put LaFlame on the ice.
You know what I noticed? The ref didn't wait to drop the puck until
No, he
they're
didn't.
all set.
And the Wolverines cap it off with an empty net goal. That is just unfortunate for the Bulldogs. It was just a missed opportunity. But there's not much you can do when the puck's bouncing at the blue line. It is often very hard to keep that in. And the Wolverines just beat them to the puck and got the puck in the net.
So very disappointed Bulldog players on the ice there.
Yeah. It is unfortunate. It's their senior night game, but they shouldn't be too disappointed because they beat this team yesterday.
Yeah.
They're still ranked number 4. They've got a really great record, and it's just one game. They can still go very far in this team and go to nationals again like they did last year.
Yeah, both these teams have the potential
Yes,
to make it far in their conference.
definitely.
Nationals.
Oh, and Twig gets another scoring opportunity there, and again, it's just missing the. This Bulldog team has not been getting very many scoring opportunities because of how high the puck has been shot. Dungy comes up huge with the save as 2 Michigan girls get an opportunity on an odd man rush there. 13 seconds left in the third period.
That was another nice play by the Wolverine forwards to get the puck to the man going to the net. I've noticed both these teams have both been very good at seeing the ice really well and making good plays, good passes. And that's always a good thing and very helpful.
Yep.
To be able to connect your passes.
So with about less than 10 seconds to go, Twig carries the puck up, fires it down the ice for Camp, who picks it up, looking to get a shot off, shoots one right into the glove of the Wolverine goalie, who is selling. And, well-deserved. They came out here and controlled the play 3-0 after a 1-0 loss yesterday. And these teams split the series this weekend. Wolverines have shots on goal 29 to Adrian's 24, which is a lot more even than yesterday. So that both teams really picked it up.
But, yeah, 2 very even games and well-deserved wins for both teams. And this Wolverine team had a lot of energy today, and they were ready. But nonetheless, it was a good, even game.
Yep. Well, here at Arrington Ice Arena, I'm Kelsey Cush with Sarah Shrub, and
thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in and watching the game.